Hi Year 4 and welcome to your writing task for this week. This task is to last you all week, so you can spend the days working on the writing task. You can plan it and then draft it, edit it and publish it throughout the week, or if you want to, you can do it all in one day. It's completely up to you. Don't forget, when you've done your piece, send it to us so that we can have a look at it and let you know how you're doing. Okay. Animal Protection Enterprise team, here is your task. Your task is to write a diary entry for Ruby in order to record her experience of what it was like the day she arrived at the Big Top Mall. We've got Ivan and Ruby here. A diary entry is where you record your thoughts from the events from the day. I've done Ivan's diary entry from the day that Ruby arrived at the mall. Your job is to do Ruby's diary entry from that same day. Okay, so for Ivan's diary entry, he's going to be thinking about what happened on the day Ruby arrived, when she arrived, what happened, and how did the day end. When you write a diary, you need to think about the following things. So it needs to be written in the past tense, because the diary shows what has happened. So imagine it's written at the end of the day. It's going to be in the first person with a range of personal pronouns, so things like I, me, they, us, them, we, my. Because it's from your point of view, you are going to be the character. So when you write, you are going to be Ruby. Diaries are written with points of view, so they are the thoughts and feelings of the writer. You're going to be quite descriptive, so you'll be using some adjectives to describe people and places. It's going to be informal. When you write a diary, it doesn't have to have lots of formal language. It can be as if you are having a conversation with somebody, quite chatty. You might want to write yourself a question in your diary. You're going to be using adverbs of time to show the passing of time over the day. You're going to obviously be describing a main event. And it's really good to try and use some repetitive language. So you might use the maybe, 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 or the if sentence. Okay, I'm going to show you now my example of Ivan's diary. Okay, so here it is. Dear diary, right now I'm holding my favourite crayon. It is miraculous that I can write down my thoughts, although the humans will probably just say it's another scribble to be sold in the shop for $25, because gorillas can't write diaries, right? It seems like a normal day to start with. However, Stella noticed the change first. The humans always smell odd when change is coming. This rare change had to be a new animal coming to the Big Top Mall, as that is the only change that ever happens here. Stella said she knew it was a baby elephant because she could hear her crying for her mother. I had tried hard to listen, but all I heard was the usual sound of the old sunbears snoring loudly in their wire domain. Having pondered for so long, I realised that almost 3 hours had passed and not one human had come to visit me. There's less and less these days. I couldn't really be bothered, but I looked up from my concrete floor. Suddenly, the sky had turned an angry grey colour, and I could see belching clouds filling the delivery area. By now, a group of Mac's mates had congregated near the back of a white, rusty truck. Something caught my gaze. Wiping my face, I took a closer look. In front of me, from the blackness, I could see a tiny, wrinkly trunk. Moments later, everything went quiet and still. Then the silence was broken. A scuffing sound caught my attention, and without warning, the men started yelling. The whole truck shuddered, but no elephant appeared. What on earth could the humans be doing to her? Beyond my domain, Stella sobbed a blood-curdling sob. Mac untied her rope, and Stella rushed to the truck. We waited to see what would happen. Within minutes, Stella reappeared, with the little frightened elephant protectively tucked under her. Gently, Stella nudged her towards her domain, whilst glaring at Mac. If he had hit her again, if Stella was closer, If the baby elephant had cried out again, then I can't even imagine what Stella would have done. I can't wait to meet the new arrival tomorrow, Ivan. So there you go. That was my diary entry. And I'm just going to show you how I used those effective features and techniques. Okay. So past tense, having pondered. So we've got the ed there on those verbs showing that they are in the past tense. Pondered, realised, past. First person, I've used I'm and my there. Right now, I'm holding my favourite crayon. Points of view. The humans always smell odd when change is coming. So that's my point of view as Ivan, that the humans smell odd. Description of people and places. So I've got to describe Ruby's little trunk, tiny wrinkly trunk. Informal style, a group of Mac's mates. If we were being a bit more formal, we might say Mac's acquaintances or colleagues, but we're saying they're his mates, so it's quite informal language. A question that I asked myself, what on earth could the humans be doing to her? Adverbs of time are all the way through my example. So the example I've given here is moments later. But if you look through my example, you will find that I'm moving the events on using those adverbs of time. The main event that I'm describing is Ruby's arrival. And the repetitive language that I've used is the if. If he had hit her again, if Stella was closer, if the baby elephant had cried out again, then I can't even imagine what Stella would have done. So that is saying, or if all of those things happened, then there would have been a big consequence. Okay, so your task is to write Ruby's diary. The day that Ruby arrived at the Big Top Mall. You're almost going to be echoing my diary entry as Ivan. What I've done is a plan for you, and you can choose to use this plan if you would like to, or you can plan your own. So this is on the website for you to use, or there is a blank copy of the plan if you'd like to plan in your own bullet points of what you'd like to talk about from Ruby's point of view. You will have an opening to the diary, Dear Diary, that won't change. I've given you an introduction here, but you might want to write your own. Here's my introduction. What a day it has been. I'm so tired, but I have to write down what happened today. I'm going to have to hide my diary because it's going to be super awkward if the humans find this. Everyone thinks elephant can't write diaries, right? Then for the next 3 paragraphs, I've done some bullet points for you that you might want to use. So your second paragraph will be travelling in the truck towards the new home. You are Ruby in the truck. Describe leaving your family, being bundled into the truck, passing the buildings and other cars on the freeway, smelling the warm, dusty air, maybe coming through the holes in the truck, feeling frightened about what was going to happen. Next paragraph, arriving at the mall and being made to leave the truck. So smoke filling the air as the truck reverses into the loading bay. Having to wait while the humans talk outside. The back of the truck creaking open, peeking out of the truck from the dark inside, and then going back in. The next paragraph will be getting out of the truck. So describe how quiet it goes. And then the humans coming into the back of the truck and feeling too scared to move. The humans getting angry with you, questioning what might happen to you. And then seeing Stella for the first time as she comes to your rescue, tucking yourself underneath her and going into her domain. And then have a go if you can at writing the if, then sentence. At the end, you're going to finish with your thought for the day. And it's going to be something like looking forward to seeing the other animals. And then you're going to sign your diary, Ruby. If you would like to, this is what your blank plan will look like. So I've just put the bullet points there for you, and you can put in what you're going to write about. All of these are on the website for you, so you can have a look at them or print them out if you'd like to use them. They're all there. Okay, so good luck. Send us your writing. We can't wait to see it.